Hi everyone, my name is Brazil Kane, and I hit 900 subs, so I'm just having a stream. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have Ninja Bill, Ultra Megatronus. I sent the link to a couple other people, but it's last minute, so I don't expect a big return on uh, my request. But it's all good. I'm going to just open up the where's the chat comments? There you go. Hey, we have Kato first. Man, what is this? Like 2003. I remember when it was really important for everybody on YouTube to comment that they were the first comment on any videos. That was some fun thread. People were really happy about that. Thanks, Kato, for the mention of my 900 subs. I'm really happy. I have to say today was a good day. Went to see my mom. Once a month, I spend like a day with my mom, so my dad can take a break because she has Alzheimer. So he takes a break and he goes do all of his, shopping that he really doesn't have time to do when he's taking care of her. And my sister's near and she does a lot, so I try to do. I'm far away, so I went today with my two sons and man, she was really happy to see my oldest. She hadn't seen him in a while, and so it was cool. It was a good day. And then I checked my sub count, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like this morning when I went to bed last night, I was at 899 after your stream, Ultra Megatronus, and then after that, it just this morning I'm like, oh, 903, oh, 906, oh, okay, 907, and then right now 913, which actually, you know what? I'm gonna share to you guys in a moment why I hit all of these. Like I have a 20 people increase, or in since because at the beginning of the week I was at 894. So yeah. Thank you. Forgot a zero. It's not. It's yeah. I wish it was 9,000. Actually, I should have done that meme. I should have done that Vegeta. It's over 900. That would have been a good idea. Hey DFS, how you doing? And everybody in the chat. So yeah, it's been a good day. But Ninja Bill, thanks for stopping by. Ultra Megatronus, thanks for stopping by. How you guys?
Always,
Thank you.
always, we'll hang with you, brother, man. You and me are book buddies. I don't know how to say
We
that.
did. Do you have any repeat views on those? Did you ever get
Actually,
one comment on those?
yeah. It's a shame, really. It's a
We
shame,
did
but
a 14 book series review, book by book, every month, once a month for over a year. And I think we had like one chat where somebody was chatting with us the whole time, and that was about it. Hey,
yeah,
Chauncey, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
yeah. We plan
Thank
on
you.
we plan on when Raz gets caught up talking about Grandizer U
Yeah.
when he gets caught up. And that reminds me. That reminds me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I can be your press agent. I love doing advertisements and blowing stuff up.
Okay. Blowing
Well,
stuff up. Yeah, that
well,
happens.
you saw the intro last night, right? Because
I
I
did
never.
not, man. I forgot to check it. I'll go do that afterwards because
All right.
I joined later and I couldn't watch. So yeah, I'll
Yeah, because I know you weren't feeling too good, so I was like,
Oh,
yeah, get some rest.
yeah, I
Bro.
wasn't.
Some rest.
check out
Oh, you got
Grandizer
the.
U.
I should have put
Grandizer.
mine. So
Nice.
basically, when he commented on one of my streams, or I think I was on PPR, and you said that you wish you had one. So of course, I went on AliExpress, picked one up, and mailed it to him. So
No,
free shipping.
it was actually a stream you were doing. I forget what
Was
stream it was, but I think it was actually a no, it wasn't a premiere. It was a stream, and I was saying, oh, it was the one you were doing with your swoop, and you were wearing this shirt, and I was like, man, that
oh
shirt
okay.
is so sick. I just man, I fell in love with this shirt the minute I saw him in it. You know, Grandizer is cool. If you haven't watched the new series,
I
it
watched
is
one episode.
literally, it is just
What is it
a,
on
a
Crunchyroll?
nostalgic nostalgic magic, as I said in one of Cato's uh, latest review. It is such. It takes. I mean, 50 years ago, man.
Yeah.
This show is alive again after 50 years. This series, the characters alive again after 50 years. I mean, that's just amazing. So anyway, back to you, Raz. This is about you and this awesome.
Oh
shirt
yeah,
you
but
got.
I like Grandizer a whole lot. So it's just that the figurine are so pricey right
Oh
now.
yes, they are. I showed him one today, and that's just the UFO and that Grandizer, docks
80,
into
69, 89. I think it was 89 just
160,
UFO. So yeah.
120 or 160 or something like that. Yeah.
So all right. So let me show you why. Well, what I mean, I have repeat content and stuff like that. But there's one video where I think, hold on, which I'm trying to pick. All right, let's go.
No, that's an old rabbit hole. That ain't no new one.
Hold on. So this is my page, right? And so I'm at what right now? 9:13. So, cool. This video I made here is that's my compensation video. Stuff I got from Hasbro for my missing crotch piece on Agent Knight. 1.6 thousand views in one day.
Wow,
That's good.
That's
awesome.
insane
Phenomenal.
for me on one day. I haven't had that in a long time, and it's really not anything. Like it's just me showing. I opened this box, and this is the 3 figures I got, and that's it. And you never know what's going to be popular, right? So it's
true. My Beast Wars Tiger Hawk is something like 15K views or something like that, and I'm like, what? Or more than that, I can't remember, but I think it's something like 15 or 17K, and I'm like, why? I have no idea why.
Yeah, Cato's right. 1K view are hard to come by these days. So, it's just it's to me, it's just because it's not like a toy review. It's not one of my voice actors spotlight. Because most of my stuff that's popular, I think I showed it yesterday. It's Chris Latta, very popular. He's like 5.2 thousand views. My upgrade kit for Jin Bao Devastators at 4.4.
Right.
And then it's again Jin Bao 3.9. And then you have like a couple of Hasbro stuff. The first Dice Links, this thing boomed so big. And then the Series 2 and Series 3 of those, like the Wave 2 and 3, dang.
Mentioned the Dice Links, and I'm playing with one right now.
Yeah. And then Jin Bao Megatron did well. And then my only voice actor spotlight that did well since Chris Latta was like Alan Oppenheimer. So, and then Monopoly stuff for some reason. And of course, my boy Sunstreaker. So, hey, Cato, if you're still in the chat, are you excited about that missing link Sunstreaker? Because I'm going to get that for sure. Because he's the first one, it's freaking Sunstreaker. So anyway, that's my reason why I think I boomed this much this
I think it's just because you're an awesome reviewer.
Well, I wouldn't call me awesome, but I have fun,
Yeah, you're personable, you're relatable, you have good content. I mean, why not you?
I just come for the food.
Yeah. Oh. Cato's like excited now, but I'll get it. Yeah. Come on, man. You have to be a little bit excited. It's Sunstreaker, man. I'm super excited. And then hello, my wife. Thank you for the success of the channel goes to her because because first she lets me, not that she lets me, that I have her permission, but I mean we have a good relationship where she understands that I love this stuff, and she's going to, she helps me collect stuff sometimes, and she watches my stuff on repeat at her job, so I get more views because of that. So she helped, so I'm really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
like that in your
hey,
life.
Jimmy G, you want to join in? Just put it in the chat if you want to join in. I'll send you a link. Elite, how you doing, man? Hey, Elite, we're still seeing each other at TFCon, right? I hope so. And also a bunch of other people. So, what did she put?
What's today? 20. Today's the
Little
20th.
smiley face. Take. Prends le compliment, chérie. C'est tout pour toi. All right. That was my French. Everybody just fell in love right now with my French accent. Ha ha. Language of love. Oh, he's driving right now.
It's the
All right.
Frenchman in you. That's what did it.
Okay, sounds good, Jimmy G. All right, that's the plan. So yeah. So anyway, the only thing that I have right now, because all of the toys I got from Hasbro last Friday, they're all upstairs in the closet, so that we're gonna wrap RC and Paleo Trex for my 6-year-old who's gonna be 7-year-old. So it's gonna be an interesting birthday for him. He's happy. He's gonna be happy with new Transformer. But I kept Bug Bite, because I'm impressed with the shine of this figure. Like, it's painted plastic, it's painted white, so it's cool.
It's good. I mean, like a lot of people said, they'd rather have Bug Bite like that and then Cliff Jumper like that, but Bumblebee should never have even been made that mold in the first place. So at least something came out of it.
I agree. It's I wasn't too sure, seeing the
Wait, did they make a bee out of that? Did they make a bee? I don't.
Yeah, with the
yep, in fact, it was a 4-pack.
Yeah, the one with Black Arachnia with the Cheetah Brazier and
there it is. I'm looking right at
2 other guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Freakenstein. I'm from Quebec. Freakenstein. I'm just gonna, right now. I think it's the first time I see you in chat. So yes, I'm from Quebec. Thank you. Are you too?
That's it.
And I'm just gonna keep the people that I joined, people that I've known for a while, because this is the celebration of my 900 subs. So I'm really excited. So.
I mean, if you want that mold, I could care less about that mold. I'm not a big fan of that.
The newest thing I got is...
Oh, no, the Clip Jumper mold is really good. I like that. No, stop showing that crap.
It is crap. That's the thing, man. I don't know why people like it so damn much. And now that I've got it, and I got it for a really good price, by the way, people, I got it for $20 on clearance. So
no, that's still like $19.99 overcharged.
So
also,
yeah, I got this
deal that freaking
I got a pretty good price for $20. So robot mode is the only thing. By the way, that's just a get that out of there.
No,
the robot mode is the only good thing about it, but it lacks articulation. So I'm keeping this is going to my brother, and I'm keeping my Titans Return version because it's so much better than this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Well,
I don't like the colors of Titan
Return, but I was going to give it to him, send it to him, but then my brother called and said, "Look, man, I want that. If you're not going to keep it," and I was like, "Okay." And then the very next day, we were chatting to each other, and he said, "Well, if you don't want it, I said, "Well, unfortunately, somebody just beat you to the punch." So,
no, okay. Family first, man. Family first. I'm not going to cry over it.
Yeah.
I don't have any family that collects. No, that's not true. My uncle, who's in Wayland, Ontario, near Niagara Falls, has a pinball machine collection. So that's something I have to go see. I haven't seen him in a while, so I have to go check that out. So pinball machine, man, that takes a lot of room. We complained that he has like a 3-door garage full of pinball.
Yeah, because they can be huge, man. Some 5 foot long and about 4 foot wide, and not even mention how tall they are. Some could be 5 foot, 6 foot tall, depending on how high they have the legs on them, or what the back scoreboard looks like.
Yeah, I always wanted like an arcade machine. Like a Street Fighter 2 or a Mortal Kombat 2, stuff like that. Or maybe, the Dragon's Lair, the one where like the screen, parts of the screen would flash and you have to hit the controller on that direction so that the animation keeps flowing. I thought that was the coolest thing ever back then.
How much money did we spend on that machine alone with friends?
Yeah, well, I was never good at it at the time, so I didn't spend that much on it. But yeah, no, it was really cool to see that. And there's another game because one time I wanted to see like the whole
I've always
game.
wanted the RoboCop pinball machine, the original one, man.
Okay.
I've always wanted one of those. Yeah.
So yeah, I was watching a video of like Dragon's Lair, how this like what's the I think there's 5 or 6 level, and then I found there was another game like that, like it was a space shooter, like some big macho man with a gun and a girl with a huge breast, and I don't remember the name, but it was really fun. Those I wish there was one game on. Oh man, what was it? Remember the Sega CD?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There was a game where you drove a car, basically a gang of like Mad Max type character killed your wife on your wedding, and then you just went into your garage and pulled out like an old muscle car, and the game is you basically just the screen says brake, accelerate, turn left, turn right.
Oh,
And you have to do all those moves and then all the animation happens where like the guy jumps on your car, so you hit the brake and he tumbles down. But if you don't do it, he torches your car. And I don't remember that, but we tried so hard to play that game. It was really fun.
Reminds me of the old Pole Position game. Oh, and then I think there was an anime of Pole Position, a TV show too.
There's been at this point there's a toy hacks, not a toy. Sorry, I just read a comment. There's a movie game or a game movie. Anyway, every year now, and it really sucks. It's like the Dragon Balls movie. I was listening to an interview with James Marsden, who did Spike on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he's in that Dragon Ball movie, and he really wanted it to fail because he was really unhappy with that movie. Went to see with like his kid or nephew, and they were big into Dragon Ball, and they looked at him like, really, you're in that? So yeah,
I got the name Road Avenger.
There you go. Yeah. Road Avenger was a great game.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I had that stacked up whole, the Sega CD, 32X, Game Genie, the whole 9 yards. I miss that. They don't make them like they used to.
No.
Really, I appreciate the graphics and the updated stuff these days, but man, nothing beat the original button mashers with the 80s console games and anything. To anybody that's out there that's young, online to us was you standing behind a person with a quarter in your hand waiting to play the game after they were done. That was the original online gaming.
Yeah. Everybody was in line. It wasn't online. It was in line.
In line.
Playing. So okay.
I mean, hanging out at the arcade, man, used to be a thing. Bunch of us, just. You guys are following this too, at your age bracket, I mean, the arcade was
the arcade. I miss the arcade.
If you weren't hanging out at an arcade, man, you were not hip, man. You just were not cool. You had to
go at the
hang out at the arcade, man. Just chill, have a couple of drinks, play some games, maybe meet a girl,
There was no girls at the arcade. It was not the arcades I went to. No girls.
I was fortunate there was some, but I had a girlfriend at the time, so it didn't work out too well on that one.
I'm just going to go through the chat quickly. So thanks. The Toy Hack Swoop turned out really superb. Thanks, Quentin. Yeah, it did. And Kratos right. Nothing like the sound of a pinball arcade. Like, when you walked in and you had like all those ding, 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 ding. It was like you were home. Baltimore. Yeah, Kato said it. We're going to TFCon Baltimore, Freakenstein. Sega CD Snatchers was an awesome game. Today was one of Hideo's first game. Yeah, it was. I kind of like the idea of Sega CD, and it really paved the way to, for that medium like PlayStation and stuff. So,
well, the story, right? PlayStation and Sega were supposed to originally team up. It was either that or Nintendo, one of the two. They were supposed to team up, but then something happened, and they broke off. So Sega did their own thing.
It probably was Sony, because I remember the big mistake Nintendo made with the Nintendo 64 was those cartridge, and they were limiting access to the memory of the cartridge, so they could come with fantastic game. But then when Square Enix said, hey, we want to make a game where we need more space, and they said, sorry, you're restricted to that. So they went with Sony, made 3 CD for one game, and that was the end of Final Fantasy on Nintendo and the downfall of Nintendo. Yeah, placing the next game quarter and waiting for someone to fail. One of my best story in arcade. Like, I wasn't really that great at arcade games back then because the difficulty was higher. But, there was one time where somebody's playing like the first X-Men style, Street Fighter 2 style game of X-Men. And he's playing with Colossus and he's just trash talking everybody and he's beating everybody and he's just being an ass. And I don't know him. I just popped in Wolverine and just kicked his ass in 2 rounds.
Nice.
And then he just went, he didn't say anything, just left. I was like, all right, I'm good. Thank you.
Nice.
It's crazy how you play those games like the Capcom games, and it's true. It's like you play it so much, and it's like you got a pattern. Then somebody comes along, doesn't know jack about the game, and plays it and beats you. It's like, what did I do wrong? You played somebody that didn't study the game. They just said, all right, button, whatever. You just couldn't time it. That was fixated because so many people were so used to freaking competing against others that are like hardcore gamer that compete. You get somebody that's nowhere, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
One of my brothers used to manage a movie theater, and so I would get to watch free movies with the caveat they had a pinball, they had a mini arcade, and it was, typical back then, for them to have pinball and arcade games there.
They still do up here.
Oh, nice.
Well, not pinball, but there's arcades in some games.
Oh, nice. So, they had like 6 different ones, and if I could beat him in one of those games, I could pick a film to watch. That was and I just, if I'd win, I'd just go in and sit down, and enjoy a film. And it was crazy. So I love that, those arcade games for me really bring, that moment back for me is, I'm watching whatever happens to come on, as long as I beat him, and I could not beat him in, what was it? Not Street Fighter. There was another one. Was it not Mortal Kombat?
Streets of Rage.
Killer Instinct. That was it.
Killer Instinct.
I could not beat him.
Hard game.
I could not beat him whatsoever in that game. Just whatsoever, man. He played like this dinosaur reptile thing, and
Riptor.
Riptor. Oh, okay. And man, he would murder me every time.
I was an arcade guy. The Killer Instinct Gold on Nintendo 64. She had some crazy combo, man. Loved playing with her. But I mean,
nice.
As far as fighting games and stuff, Street Fighter will always be like Street Fighter 2 will always be a classic. And but I did like Mortal Kombat. Like Mortal Kombat, I was a huge fan. I'm the only one I knew in my group that would just power on the Super Nintendo and just wait for the game to load and all the introductions to all the characters and the story and everything, and then I'd beat the game with every character, read the story. Did that with all the games. So when the movie came out, I was like, okay, the first movie really fits with what we had in the games. So and then Annihilation came out, and they tried to combine Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 together, and it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
You got Fire Talks joining the other.
Hey, Fire Talks. Yeah, he couldn't make it.
Dragon.
So, but thanks for
stopping by. Bloody Roar. I haven't heard that game in years. Wow.
I liked the only fighter that I really liked.
Primal Rage.
Dead or Alive.
Primal Rage, man. I tried that game. Was like was it the game with the dinosaur where instead of pressing,
like you had like a King Kong and a T-Rex,
like a T-Rex and a Brontosaurus, and
instead
of doing like left up B, you would have to do like B up left right. Like the moves were reversed. It was so hard to change your play style, but it was a fun game.
Yeah, I played a lot of Dead or Alive. A lot of
Young Dragon, bring back Bloody Roar. Don't know that game.
Don't know Bloody Roar.
Yeah. Marvel versus Capcom 1. Oh no, I played the first Street Fighter versus X-Men where you fight Apocalypse at the end. And my friend played the game solo at the arcade, and beat it after a couple quarters. And then after that, I tried it and I made it to the end, but then a Korean fella just put 2 quarters, just join in the game. You can't really say no, and kick the shit out of me. And my friend, the moment the kid put the quarter in, he's like, "You're done." And yes, I was done.
Yeah, there was a lot of times where
it says 800 subscribers. Somebody ripped you off of a number.
No, I'm at 900. So
I was gonna say they ripped you off.
Your 1250, man.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good number. Each character had a Beastman form. I don't think I played Bloody Roar.
Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar to me either.
I've heard of it. It was one of those weird fighting games that it was like man and human and animal, that kind of thing. It was weird. It was just like another fighting game they were putting out. So
yeah, well, everybody was trying. For a while, everybody was doing a Double Dragon, and then after that, they Contra clone. I remember a game called Bad Dudes on the arcade.
Let's not forget Tekken.
That was old. That was really fun. One of the game I loved though at the arcade, like we're talking 80s, Gladiator. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Yeah, I remember it.
You would start by you're in full armor with your shield and sword, and you walk, and then you get thrown stuff. So you have to dodge. It's like to practice how to block with your shield. And then you get to another gladiator, and then you fight. But when you hit, they lose a piece of the armor and everything. And then it would be like a Street Fighter too. But like this is way before Street Fighter. And you would progress and try to beat each gladiator. And at the end, I think the last one was like a skeleton in armor. And I love that game. I played it back like on MAME, like I don't know, 10 years ago.
There was one game that I rage quit on and I've never picked back up again. Never tried to play it again, and that's TMNT, the arcade.
You rage quit TMNT, the arcade game?
Hell yeah, I'd never touched that. I'd never touched that game again.
I can understand rage quitting TMNT NES game.
Yes,
with the dam and.
No, it was at the arcade, I rage quit that. Okay, so
thanks for we'll see you later, man.
What it was is there was another guy there similar to your situation, and I just rage quit. I was like, never touching this thing again, and I rage quit it hard, man. I got banned from the arcade for about.
Hold on, because now I'm going back. So you rage quit this game?
Yes.
Dude, if you really said this game, I would have completely understood, man. Who didn't rage quit on this?
I can barely see the covers. If you could you make his screen bigger there, please, Raz?
Hold on, I'm just sending something to Jimmy G. Okay.
So.
Oh no. Man, what the heck? I just screwed up my chat. Hold on. Let's solo layout. Okay, go.
There you go. So you rage quit this one.
Yeah, this is the arcade game. That's because
the 89 one.
This one. This is the one that you had to rage quit on because you couldn't get past those 99 scrolls and the Technodrome, and you try to. This is the pain in them.
Yes,
it's one of the hardest game ever. But the first. The thing is that creature never runs out, right? You move an inch back and then boom. But then the dam, the water level that DFS is mentioning, I can do this level pretty much perfect now. I know exactly where to stop. I know exactly, I'm sure I can pick up a controller right now and do that thing, no problem. Is Jimmy G? There you go. And welcome, Jimmy G.
What's happening? Congrats, Raz.
Thank you.
900.
Really? Oh my gosh!
Now we're old. How old are we?
Oh yeah,
Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
I
rage
never
quit.
used a
I
game
rage
genie.
quit. I never touched it again. Never in my life, you know. And I'm 54 right now, and that'll take. I haven't touched the
No,
game
the
since.
second, like at the arcade, it was you could play 4 people,
Yes.
and I thought the game was fantastic. You know, it was hard, but it was really well done. But the NES game, the first one, it's first player, so you can't play with your friends, and it's so hard. So if you, after spending 20 hours beating the dam, then you get to the next level where there's that stupid jump at the end that you fall into the water, and then you lose a turtle because of course turtle can't swim, right? You just spend a whole level in the dam and you can't swim the next level. And then after, I don't think I've ever beaten that jump like that often. So hey Benjamin, thanks for stopping by, man.
And then I was watching
Thank you.
something on YouTube with that game for the first Ninja Turtles, and the guy said this was the biggest mistake because whenever we face those jetpack guys, instinct reaction, go back. The guy was like, all I did was I beat the one guy, moved maybe a tap forward, and he just kept coming forward. One kill, and that's it. And then you wait, and then he showed it, and I was like, you mean all this time I could have just done that? Oh.
Yeah, it was a really hard game, but back then every game was hard. You didn't have a save.
I love Tekken too. The Tekken games. Oof.
Some guy, I was listening to an interview, and he said the day they invented the save button for games was the downfall of society because you never learned how to get better and redo, like a whole level and start from the beginning because you lost and everything. So it was just so much harder. And I kind of agree. The save button, but although I do enjoy saving a game and
well, I'll tell you what, if I'm playing a Final Fantasy game and I don't have a save, man, I tear my damn hair out.
Yeah.
So after playing like 25 to 30 hours worth of the game, you gotta put something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Back then, a game like if you can beat Mario in an hour, but we played 60 hours on that because we had to get better, and there was also less game, which I think right now I'm staying away from AAA titles. I try to find indie games. Like right now, we're playing V Rising with my friends. Really hard game, but really fun. Like, because we're playing on brutal mode because my friend Vince is crazy like that. It's like, oh, let's play brutal. All right, every boss does 70% more damage. We'll do it. So fun times. But
I'm bouncing around between Fallout 4, Starfield, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Mass Effect. I'm literally bouncing between those 4 games.
Mass Effect is a fantastic franchise. The first 3. I didn't play Andromeda. But yeah, you remember those freaking NES password? Where they gave, and then you had to spend 10 minutes writing it down on a piece of paper, and then you made a typo, and then you tried to load your game next time, and it didn't work. Yeah, I remember those.
Ghost of Tsushima is great. It's a good game.
I haven't picked it up. I bought the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game because it was on special from 80 to $20. I'm like, I love Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna play that. Got bored in 20 minutes.
Are you a fan of the Souls games, Raz? The Souls games, are you a fan of that? That's what Ghost of Tsushima is.
No, I am not a fan of the Souls game. I like to watch people play Souls and scream their lungs out. That's fun. But I'm not into the Soul franchise. But I heard it was really fun. So
I agree with you on Kakarot. It's like I play it when I'm bored, and then I'd get bored of that one. You're better off. You played Xenoverse 2, right?
I played what?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2?
No, that's the only. Back on
that's a good
Xbox,
one.
Back on Xbox, I played a Dragon Ball Z where you were actually like just reliving the story because that's pretty much what they do every game now. That's what I noticed.
Yeah, but this one is like
so much
living in the alternate. See, what I liked about the Xenoverse game was that you create the character yourself and you can do whatever you want with it. And then, you go into the adventures of and then some of the games, it's like you can alter the timeline. So they got a little bit better with it. So they incorporated Dragon Ball Super. And I ended up creating characters that were in the Super series. And I brought them into this game. And I was like, freaking, I'll do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
But the leveling, you get to 90, you're like, good luck getting the 99.
Yeah. What do you play, Jimmy G?
I haven't played anything recently because YouTube's just been taking up a lot of time. But I'm a big Fallout guy. I've been playing Fallout since Fallout 1, or even when it was Wasteland, which was on the Commodore 64 way back in the day.
You played Wasteland. Wow. Wow. That's
you had to have the manual because it says read page 152, and so you had to go over there and read the lore and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was. I heard that the Wasteland was a kind of a spiritual prequel to Fallout.
Yeah, because they couldn't get the rights to it, so that's when Brian Fargo went to, okay, we'll do another game, and so that's when he came up with Fallout.
Yeah,
on that, and so
Fallout was really.
But
I finished the first one and second one, but like it took me. I played it after I played Fallout 3 and New Vegas, so it was really hard to go back to those
top down
controls, and you don't auto save every step you take. And
if you haven't played have you played the new Wasteland games, like Wasteland 2 and 3?
No, I have not.
Yeah. So Wasteland 2 is really cool because it's the whole decision making that if you make one decision here, it affects what happens in the game. So one of the early ones you do is you either have the choice to save this town from all these raiders or help this biological plant over here. And so I chose saving the town. While you're doing that, you're hearing everything that's going on at this other place. And now that other place is just destroyed and you can't do any of those missions. So it's kind of a really cool, again, that power of your choice. And I love those that kind of give you that. Like, hey, if you do this, then it may affect this part of the game. And it gives you that playability.
One of the reasons I love the Dragon Age games and Mass Effect for the
Mass Effect. Gosh, that Mass Effect 2, when you had to make that heart-wrenching decision on who.
Mass Effect 2, one time I finished it perfect at the end. Everybody had
everybody lived.
Yeah, everybody lived. Everybody got their special suit. I completed every story, but I could never recreate that. Yeah. Like I always had that. Every other time after that, I always had one that died. So that was a piss off. But then
music, Suicide Mission, that when that music kicks on, that just it's on my Donkey Kong.
Really liked it. And then the third one,
Fallout London yet, Jimmy?
I have not.
There's a new Fallout.
Well, it's a fan made.
It's a mod.
Oh, okay.
Essentially,
I avoid mods and fan mades.
Well, in this case, it's absolutely fantastic. However, you got to do some finagling because when Bethesda put out a new update, it really shot a lot of the mods. These people had spent years making this mod.
I'm going to show you guys the last game I played. That was a mod, okay? Because I played it recently. Can I launch it?
I think the last mod I ever played was Counter-Strike.
Hold on.
Counter-Strike.
I'm gonna. Maybe we're gonna get canceled for this, but we'll see.
Sure. Is a great game, Lone Dragon.
Well, if it was on NBC, then yeah.
This is the Legend of Doom. Can you see it?
Nice.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What? Wow.
So this is Doom, but you're playing Zelda, and it's the complete game.
Oh,
that is insane.
That's pretty awesome, actually. It looks crazy.
It's the same graphics.
God, I remember my first person shooter was Castle Wolfenstein. And then when Doom came out,
I don't want to play too long because I don't want to.
Dark Forces for me, the Star Wars one.
So that game, that's Legend of Doom, and it's basically you need 4 things to play that. You need the game Doom because you need a launcher file for that. You need the Doom. You need 2 launchers and the mod for the game, and it's freaking fantastic. I played the whole thing, and it's so much easier because fighting Ganon at the end, you just stab randomly everywhere because you can dash, you run faster, and then you stab him, and it's pretty awesome. That have
video arcade game I ever played was Double Dragon, if I remember.
Oh yeah,
classic.
Classic.
Yeah, my first PC game too. I had it on PC. Yep.
Wow, interesting.
No, Ben, there's not going to be a giveaway tonight. But at 1,000 subs, I will do a giveaway, and probably something like last time, where whoever wins, I'll go on DJC Collectible and just mail them a figure that they want under a certain price. So yeah, that's what I did last time, because Ben won, and I don't remember what I sent you, but I did send you something. And then David CT in Toronto, I sent him the toy color Cyclonus. I had one. I think that's what I gave him.
Well, if y'all haven't entered my giveaway is getting ready to end. End of September.
I did enter your giveaway.
You did. Good. I hope you win it.
I think I did. Yeah. I commented my banana, because you said write any comment, your favorite food, whatever. So I wrote my favorite food.
Yeah, the lemon, was it lemon cake or
That's
something?
my mom's banana cake.
I can't remember if I did or not. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Autographed
That
by
is beautiful.
Larry Kenny.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so autographed by Larry Kenny with the JSA. And so definitely want to get in on that. But yeah, he was a neat guy, meeting him. I wish you could have met him, Raz. I'm sure you could have done a cool VO interview with him.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot of people. I'm trying to brand. I think I'm going to ask the voice of Shira. She's online and she has a page and she seems pretty active. So I might try to get her to do an interview. But
you know who else? Did you ever do the voice of Bowser?
No.
So
I don't think so.
Is it Kenny James? Is that his name?
No. Well, I bet there probably is, but no, I haven't. I haven't branched out of Transformers that much.
I met him at MegaCon, and he was like, "Hey, anytime." He goes, my schedule's free, so you could probably reach out to him if you ever want to do one of those.
Yeah, the voice of Bowser.
It's a shame Axelrod died, because the voice he done a ton of voices. He's most famous for Lord Zed on Power Rangers, but he died a few years back. It's a shame. He was a great guy, actually a really good friend, but if he was still around, he'd do your show for sure, because man, he loved people. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He was one of those actors, voice actors who huge success, but it didn't change his backwoods roots one darn bit. I mean, he just loved talking and hanging out with people.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm seeing with voice actors, is that they're all happy. Like they're all happy. Like Paul Eiding posted picture of him when he was, I don't know, 20 years old. And the first thing I noticed is that he still has the same twinkle in his eyes. From 20 years old to today, he hasn't lost, his happiness. And you don't see that in a lot of actors. They do interviews and stuff, and they look empty.
Yeah.
So terrible. But no, I like the I like getting interviews, and I did David K for a second time. That was really fun.
I wonder if part of that is because as a VO, they're not quite as recognized on the streets.
I think there's a fact that you don't have to. People that will interact with you probably like you for the right reason. They don't want to bang you. They don't. Or maybe they would, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same interaction. And what they really want you to do is which is, I was talking with Deluxe about that. Going to TFCon and hearing those people asking those stupid questions, or asking the actors to do stupid monkey tricks and stuff like that, and it drives me up the walls. I hate that.
I think I think, and Raz, and maybe this is an idea you've already explored, but I think it'd be a great idea to also not only voice actors, but maybe producers, production staff, interview them as well. I
did Flynn Dilly, who's famously writing stuff for Transformers and did a ton of cartoons for Disney and Lucas and other a bunch of franchise, and it's probably one of my lowest ranking spotlight and lowest interview, which to me that's disappointing. And that's one thing as much as I love talking to voice actors, I do it for me. Like the interview, I do just for me, so I can get a good conversation going with these guys. But generally speaking, people don't. I don't want to say don't care, but it's just like it's not something that people look for.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna go, oh, who voiced? They want to know who voiced, like, I don't know, Optimus Prime. That's a major one. Peter Cullen is famous because of Optimus Prime, but I think it really hampered his career because he did a lot of roles before 2007.
Yeah.
And after 2007, very limited. Frank Welker, on the other hand, kept doing 1,000 voice a year, and he's still doing 1,000 voice a year.
I think his name should be Frank Prolific Welker.
Oh yeah, he's so I'm trying to think of
before.
a question to ask them at TFCon, because I'm going to that panel. So I did Lone Dragon. I did try to get Susan Blue, but she is not active on Facebook. And the thing is that if I want to get a lot of these actors, I have to get IMDb Pro. And with IMDb Pro, you get agent and contact information and stuff like that. So once I get monetized, like I'm already monetized, but once I have ad revenue and if it drives enough money, I'll probably try to pay my IMDb Pro with that and then try to get more into the, more actors from the business. But I mean, there's a couple actors that I can reach out to, but it's also time. Like I'm busy, not so much doing reviews and spotlight, but at work with my kid, my wife. We try to keep busy, and I don't want to neglect them because of my hobby. So
I've gotten in touch just recently because after we talked about this sort of last time, I've gotten in touch with some of my friends who are also in contact with a lot of the agents of voice actors for like anime and cartoons.
Right.
And I'm getting in touch with them like I told you I would. And so far nothing because most of these voice actors are less active during the early summer months, and for some reason after that they're just booked solid. But the early summer months they seem to have freer time. I don't know if that's what you've experienced as well so far, but yeah, so
yeah, it's not easy to get a hold of him. I've been trying to get a hold of Dan Gillivan for 3 years, and he sees every message as I sent him. He just never replies. So maybe he just doesn't do interviews. But I tried. And one thing that pissing me off is Instagram. When you send a message to a celebrity or you can't send a second message until they reply.
Yeah.
So if they don't see your message and you somehow, like Ian James Corlett, Cheetor, I sent him a message, I sent him everything, and then but he didn't see the message. So I don't know, 6 months, a year later, I comment on one of his posts because he's active. He posts all the time. I'm like, I would really love to interview you. And he's like, oh, just ask. I'm like, well, I did ask and you missed my message. And now I'm trying to explain in comments that he has to look for my name in his freaking message to text me. And so that sounds like a scam. So he's not going to do it. So, I'm hoping.
Shame,
unfortunately, for TFCon Baltimore right now, there's not a lot of actors listed. There's the guy from the Transformer Animated, Peter and Frank, and that's it.
I think they shot their wad with Peter and Frank, probably their budget.
Yeah, it could be. But I mean, at TFCon LA, Peter and Frank were there, and every other actor.
Yeah.
But you don't have to pay for a hotel because everybody's, living in LA. So
yeah. I know TFCon Orlando, Dan was there. TFCon Orlando. I was hoping he would be there for Baltimore, or even I would have loved to see David Kay and Gary Chalk again. That would have been great.
Gary, I was supposed actually to go to TFCon Toronto, but then my aunt scheduled my uncle's funeral on the same weekend, so couldn't go. But Gary was there, and Candice Santora, who's his sidekick, not like she's like his personal handler. She follows him at every con, and because at every con, they have a handler with them to manage stuff, and she just goes to every con with him. So, and she was like, too bad you can't come, and it would have been fun to finally meet. I'm like, yeah, I would have loved to meet both of them. That would have been really fun, but I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe Paul Lightning's gonna be there because I can
There's still time.
probably I could talk for hours with that guy. I love Paul Lightning. He's my favorite human being. You guys should elect him as president. It would solve all of your problems. I should make that.
I say Jimmy G can be president in the United States. I like him.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
have you seen the picture that I think it's probably Bert that shared a meme where oh man, what's that? The show King of the Hill?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Hank's okay, you know exactly what I mean. Hank's neighbor with the glasses, who's in a lot of conspiracy, and then people say it's Buzzer from G.I. Joe.
Yep.
I'm like,
I just shared that one, in fact.
Fits so well. It's so cool.
I think I shared that meme too on the group, the Like the Universal group. So
yeah,
it's
Yep.
So anyway, and then I sent a message to Ashley Eckstein. Anyway, the voice of Ahsoka, and didn't hear back. And David Sobolov, I went on his website, sent him a message, didn't get a reply. Sometimes it's just And even Daniel Bazan on his website, I sent a message, and whoever handles his team is like, oh, he's really busy with convention and stuff. I'm like, he's not. He's touring Rome right now. I see his post. So anyway, I really wish I could talk to him.
You can try a good friend of mine. Well, I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. After his brother died, we didn't keep in touch. But Greg Ayers, he's singer, songwriter, voice actor. I mean, he's done hundreds and hundreds of shows, mostly anime, but worked almost exclusively with Funimation, though. So, but I'm not entirely sure about that now. But yeah, great guy, friendly guy. You should reach out to him. So try to get in touch with him and let him know Ninja Bill sent you. And maybe he'll remember me. I don't know. Me and his brother Chris.
It's true. I haven't done. I did Alan Oppenheimer, who did Transformers and He-Man, but yeah, I haven't done any Thundercats actors. Could probably look it up, because sometimes I'm gonna pull the girl who did Elisa in Gargoyles. Like, she has like a very few roles. I'm like, okay, so that career didn't take off. That's annoying. And there's a bunch of actors that you think that they did great, like the guy from who did He-Man, and he didn't do that many roles. So it's hard to do a spotlight when there's 3,000 roles, and it's hard to do a spotlight when they have 5.
I thought, isn't 2 of the original cast of Thundercats passed on, though?
Probably. I mean,
I know the guy who did Panthro, I think he's either passed on or I can't remember. What was his name? I can't remember. It's Earl, I think.
Thundercats, 1985.
That would be cool if you did like a retro voice actor spotlight. I think people would be into that.
Like Larry Kenney, who did Thundercats. Lionel, and he has 36 roles, but he was still active up until 2024. But it just varied. So I guess he did other stuff outside voice acting. Sometimes I go on IMDb, and whoa, man, there's tons of roles, like live action and stuff. So, and then sometimes you find some hidden gems, like, oh, really, that guy. So
yeah,
but there's like the guy you said, Pantro. Yeah, he died in 2017, but I mean 12 roles. But that's because most of these actors had prolific careers in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So, but yeah, it's. I try to do different stuff, and but it's hard. But I mean, the voice of She-Ra, I'm Facebook friend. She invited me to follow her page once, and I did. So I sent her a message. I said thank you. She replied with a smiley face. So I think I'm gonna maybe after TFCon, I'll try to get a one of like an interview with her or something. So just it's Shira, the original. It's
Oh yeah.
Well, I know they're re-releasing the figures for because, like, they have the Masters of the Universe Revelation thing.
yeah. Well, they
going
have the Masterverse and then they have the Origins.
Right. So I think they started doing like the that series, but now
Oh
they're doing
yeah.
the
There's
Princess
a
of Power
Shira.
series now. They're calling it. They're not calling it She-Ra. They're just calling it the Princess of Power series, and it's the upgraded like Masters of the Universe Revelation style
Oh
figures.
yeah.
So I think that would be perfect
I
timing to
only
see
have one. I have one Masterverse figure, and it's the He-Man with the battle axe, because that's the one I had when I was a kid. I had the battle armor with the spinning thing here, which this guy, of course, doesn't have, and the axe. Never had a sword. So that's
I
my
only have
birthday
one as
gift from my
well.
dad last year. So
Yeah,
I
I only
like
have one as well, and I don't know nothing about the character. It was given to me, so I was like, okay, but I know nothing about the character. So other than
Isn't that
something great.
hero
Talk
like
to
the
Ghost Max
original?
about him. I think that's like the King or something like that.
Yeah, King
Original.
Grace.
Talk to
Oh,
Ghost
that's
Max.
right.
He'll tell you about it.
Yeah. So
So, what do you say? A lot of Star Trek actors, like a lot of time, why don't you see them in anything, or because they are directing? Yeah, there's a lot of people that just retire and go, like Amy Jo Johnson, right? If I say that name, everybody knows who she is.
Pink Ranger.
The original Pink Ranger, right? She's part of the '90s crush starter pack. Every guy that watched Power Ranger had a crush on Amy Jo Johnson, and she was a good actress. She did other movies, she did other stuff, but now she's behind the screen. The last time I saw her was in that cameo in that terrible Power Ranger movie. Not terrible. It was good. It was just really different. But that movie, and at the end, there's a close up on her and Jason David Frank looking at the new Power Rangers. I'm like, and it's like a 3-4 second shot. I'm like, there's probably 5 people in the theater that really understood that why there's a close up on these two, because they were Rangers. But my son liked that movie, and I watched it because the Red Ranger was the guy who played Billy in Stranger Things. You guys watched Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy? Yeah.
Nah.
Great.
Love it.
But I think they lost their momentum, and the last season's gonna tank because it's the last one, and we've been waiting 2 years for it. So So yeah, and there's a lot of people that that already have careers outside of that. So
It's
some
tough.
just dropped out for family life too. So there's
Yeah.
been a lot of voice actors that I've met that they haven't done anything in years only because they decided to take time out and just be with their families. So that happens too. It just happens. Yep, and I respect them for that because that's important.
Anybody see the new Beetlejuice?
I haven't
My
seen
wife
it yet.
did.
I had a choice. I had a choice. So it's either TF1 or Beetlejuice, and we're
You made a good choice because my wife is a big fan of Beetlejuice, as I am, and she didn't. She said it wasn't good.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's what I'm going to see is TF1. So
there's a very few franchise that have had successful good reboots.
Yeah.
Like Cobra Kai is probably the best one.
Yeah.
And because of that success, everybody tried to do it.
Shogun. That was
Shogun.
really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I will watch it. But it's not Shogun; it's Grandizer.
Grandizer is great. Grandizer U is fantastic. And today, for example, I was watching the 12th episode, and during the episode, the bad guy mentions we have to contact Megatron. And the subtitles, for some reason, the subtitles translated Megatron as Monster Hulk.
Yeah, probably because they didn't have the right to Megatron.
Yeah, it's good. He specifically mentions Megatron, the most powerful thing we know of, and Megatron is here.
Don't spoil it. I'm going to watch it. I will. I'm looking for time right now to watch that.
That's the hard part.
Yeah,
it's great. It's
all
great.
right.
I am greatly enjoying the series.
I made a typo in my title. That's what I put 800. I'm such an idiot.
You went back in time.
Edit layout, edit title.
Wow,
Oh,
you
yeah.
went from 800 to 914 just in this live. That's amazing.
There
growth.
you go. Type change. Oh, schedule timer. I can't edit it. Okay, I can't edit or else it's
Yeah,
gonna.
you can't edit it until
That's
after.
how it came up
Oh,
as
it did.
900.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it
Change
came up.
900. Okay, so,
All right, I'm gonna have to head out for myself because I gotta be up like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, actually it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go too. So, all right, well, let's do the outro. So, Jimmy G, thanks for dropping by. Ultra Megatronics and Ninja Bill, always a pleasure to have you around.
Thank you again.
I hope to get to 1,000 by TFCon, and hopefully that's gonna happen. If I don't make it, then hopefully by the 5-year anniversary, which is in a year and 3 months. So hopefully
You'll get there. You'll get there by TFCon.
You got some momentum now.
If you don't get there by TFCon, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna get it at TFCon.
Yeah,
you're gonna.
Well, hopefully, yes. You know, it's once I have my business card, so I'll just drop a box somewhere and people might
We're gonna
trip
send
on
good
it.
juju. We're gonna send good juju to you.
There you
put them
go.
by an elevator, you know. Boom, hey, grab one of these.
Yeah. You want to watch my channel? How many people's doing that? You know, so. But yeah. Anyway, so thanks for stopping, guys. It's stopping by, guys. It's really
Always an honor.
appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Do I have my let me get ready for my outro. Make sure I have the video out. All right, I'm good. So thanks for stopping by, everyone. I hope you like this.
Channel. Make sure you check out Raziel's channel.
Oh, stop plugging me. It's all about him. Stop. It's about Raz.
I mean, yeah. Subscribe to Ninja Bill. Subscribe to Ultra Megatronus, and subscribe to Jimmy G. Guys, these guys are awesome, and they do great content. So there you go.
I don't.
And then subscribe to me if somehow you're in the chat and you know we're not a subscribe member. Go ahead, subscribe, and it's gonna make me feel even better than I felt this morning when I woke up. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If man, I'm so confused. I usually do this like by heart every time now. So keep coming back. I have more on the way. Leave a comment. I always love reading those. And remember, nothing in life gives you a right to be an asshole. Take care.
Later.